This is the instant reaction of UFC 319. Guys, great card. We had some bangers on the card. We're going to go through all the fights that went on, the bonuses, also the finishes. Incredible finishes in this card. Great card again. Dana White just finished his press conference, and I'm going to say that this has to be one of the best cards this year, except for the main event, and we're gonna go right to it. Let me go ahead and pull up the card itself. So give me just a second real quick. Alrighty, guys, so let's start off with this flyweight battle, which was the tough finale on the flyweight division for the Ultimate Fighter. Joseph Morales, a big underdog, plus 350, won against Lupi Godinez by submission. I'll be honest, I didn't catch the fight. I saw some of the highlights, and Joseph Morales looked incredible. Going over to the women's flyweight bout, Karine Silva from the Brazilian team, the Fighting Nerds, wins on a decision, controversial decision, but she was also a favorite. That she took in the win, but controversial. Edson Barbosa did not look incredible, did not look good. Drakkar closed the fight, and I think he took in that decision, unanimous decision. I think it was 29-28. I saw it. I saw all 3 rounds to Drakkar close. But now we start over to the prelims, where Alexander Hernandez knocked out Chase Hooper. Incredible fight. Chase Hooper looked like he had the length. He started off, moving forward. Alexander Hernandez couldn't really figure him out, but before the end of the first round, Alexander Hernandez with a straight right knocked him out, and Chase Hooper could not get up, could not recuperate, and Alexander Hernandez takes this win. Back-to-back wins for Alexander Hernandez. Let's see what that ends up being. Moving up to the women's strawweight bout, Jessica Andrade was coming down to strawweight. Looked good, but Lupi Godinez had an incredible first round and took in the decision. Unanimous decision for Lupi Godinez. I saw the fight 2-1. Even though Jessica Andrade seemed like she was getting better as the fight went on, Lupi Godinez did enough in the beginning of the fight to take this bout. Let's go over to the middleweight bout, GM3 against Michał Oleksiejczuk. Michał knocked him out pretty good. GM3 did not look good at all at any point during the fight. And in the first round, Michał was able to land a punch that took down GM3 could not get up, and it was pretty much the end of it. Well, one of the good fights in the prelims was this Suzukaev against Eric Nolan. Eric Nolan, he had some guts, did not look like a plus 625 underdog, even though Suzukaev finish up the fight with a nasty submission. Eric Nolan did land some good punches and looked pretty good during the first round and beginning of the second round, but Suzukaev, with his wrestling, his pressure, eventually Eric Nolan gave up. Nasty leg kick that led Eric Nolan to potentially have an injury on his left knee. Then we move on to the main card, where it was up and down, but incredible main card, guys. Tim Elliott submits Kaya Sakura, proving again that Kaya Sakura needs to work on his ground game, on his grappling. Has great potential on the striking, but Tim Elliott, after almost 2 years of inactivity, comes back and submits a great opponent in Kaya Sakura. That was the first win in the main card for an underdog. Then we see Michael Venom Page in the middleweight bout against Jared Cannonier. Michael Venom Page had the outside striking, the emotes, everything. He looked pretty good. Then we move on to the welterweight bout with Carlos Protes. Nasty spinning elbow knockout against Jeff Neal. Jeff Neal, from the start of the fight, did not look good, and he finished up with the knockout. Carlos Protes, that was pretty good. We move on to the featherweight bout, where another underdog in the main card, Lerone Murphy, knocks out Aaron Pico with a back-to-back spinning elbow in the first round, and cementing Lerone Murphy to a potential title fight against Alexander Volkanovski. That's going to be an incredible fight. They're saying that that's going to take place in December. Let's see what let's see when that happens or when it gets announced. But Aaron Pico, he started off going quick to the void of Lerone Murphy. Lerone Murphy kind of read that Aaron Pico was being too aggressive, and that spinning elbow just was incredible. And then the main event, Dricus du Plessis, our former champ, went the distance against Chimaev, but ultimately Chimaev was too much on the ground. The ref stood up the fight twice, broke him up twice, but Dricus du Plessis did not have any chance in this fight against Chimaev. That was on top of him the whole fight. He was on top of him. Dricus du Plessis did not have any answers for him. I believe Chimaev put him on a crucifix like 2 to 3 times, or maybe 3 times, and he was just too much for Dricus. We saw at the end of the fight, Dricus was able to gain position, but could not do anything. Chimaev a little bit uncomfortable at the bottom, but there was little to no time left for Dricus to do anything, and Chimaev took in new middleweight undisputed UFC champion, Khamzat Chimaev. And the question is that I ask everybody, when will we see Khamzat Chimaev defend his title again? He's saying that he wants to go to Abu Dhabi and defend it, but we do have Paris for that Caio Borralho against Imanov for the number 1 contender. That's in Paris. That's coming up. Is that a big turnaround depending on how that goes? But that's too fast to fight, but Dana White did not, he didn't say no to that. So there is a potential fight again in Abu Dhabi for Chimaev to defend his middleweight championship. Nothing, guys. This was all. Just wanted to get some content out there. A reaction of the UFC 319. This is Clutch Attitude again with the UFC 319 instant reaction. I hope you guys have a good night. I'm sleepy as hell. I want to go to sleep. But anyways, great card, great finishes, back-to-back spinning elbow finishes in the first round. Lerone Murphy on to a title bout against Alexander Volkanovski and Carlos Protes. He called out Leon Edwards. So that fight can happen in Rio, even though Michael Venom Page said in the press conference that he could fight him. Let's see what happens. Nothing, guys. Take care. Please subscribe, like the video, and tell me what you think. This is my first couple of videos in a long time. I know I'm not the greatest content creator, but hey, I'm trying. So take care.